So you just bought a business. Now what? Let me ask you a question. What did you actually get? A lot of people buying an operating business, not a franchise, and that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about buying an operating, ongoing business with staff, people doing things, stuff coming and going, inventory, production, right? What have you actually got? Is there a bad apple in the bunch? You need to find that out now and make changes. You need to make sure, even if there were processes that were written down and handed to you, here's the intellectual property, right? Here's our knowledge, passed it on to you. If that's what you bought, you need somebody to come in and check that stuff against what's actually going on in the organization, because let me tell you from long experience, what is said to be going on is often not what is actually going on. When we do our investigations, I'll send an agent out, and the Cold Star agent will go in and start talking to people, and they'll tell us, okay, yes, I take this item from A to B to C. And when we track the object, we put a little die pack in the organization to follow it through its process where it's actually going, and we find out time and again that what the person says is happening is not actually what's happening. For example, they don't want to go into office B because they don't like that person or they're afraid of that person, or maybe it's just not that convenient for them and they walk the thing over from A to C instead. And this leads to quality and fulfillment issues, delivery delays, having to rework stuff because maybe it's got to be kicked back to office B later by somebody else, right? You need to make sure if you just bought an operating business that things are as advertised. Or if they, let's say you bought something and it sounded good and the financials maybe look good, but there's no written down processes and you don't really know, what have I got here? It's time to come talk to us at Cold Star and get an agent out there exploring, writing down, uncovering some good things, some bad things. You're going to find bad apples. Nobody really wants to hear about the bad apples, but trust me, if you're one of the brutally self-honest business owners who make up our client list and want to be on our client list, this is going to resonate with you, that you know that you need to find out what's really going on and get that intense scrutiny going on in there. Not to scare people. You know, everybody's always emotionally upset when there's a changing of the guard like this, right? You need to figure out what's going on, though, so you can drive the car and not let it just lazily go, all right? So if this is the situation you're in, you just bought a business, probably a good idea to come talk to us. Book a call and let's talk about what you got.